This episode was originally going to be about Nikola Tesla, the inventor who, along with Thomas Edison, was an early experimenter with electricity. Now, I wanted to distinguish between the Tesla electric vehicle and the inventor. You know, all along I thought that Elon Musk was the inventor of the Tesla electric automobile, but as I quickly discovered, it ain't so. Don't assume that this is a slap in the smooth-shaven Elon Musk face. Far from it. Elon Musk is largely responsible for the marketing, distribution, and success of all the Tesla models. But he didn't invent the Tesla. As I continue my research in Wikipedia, which is a great source for quick information, I found the story to be interesting. So interesting that I decided to make this episode about Tesla Motors and not Nikola Tesla. Although he is an interesting individual as well, so I save his story for later. I always try to come up with engaging things to present, and I think this story about the development of the electric automobile is pretty darned interesting. You know, it's hard to pin down who invented the electric automobile. It's a long backstory. Any means of electric transportation must start with the invention of rechargeable batteries, or a very long extension cord. A French scientist, Gaston Planté, invented the lead-acid battery back in 1859. With improvements, these batteries fostered the first electric car, Frenchman Gustave Trovet's electric tricycle in 1881. Then in 1895, in England, Thomas Parker introduced his electric innovation. German engineer Andreas Flocken developed his Flocken Electrowagen. In New York City, the electric vehicle company ran 62 hansom cabs on Big Apple streets. Electric vehicles offered several advantages over gasoline-powered cars. They were quieter, smoother, and didn't have the bad smell associated with gasoline exhaust. And you didn't have to crank them to start them either. Unfortunately, they had a limited range, and there was a general lack of infrastructure enabling recharge. By 1910, gasoline power started to gain in popularity because of cheaper prices for gasoline, the invention of the electric starter, the introduction of mufflers, and a guy named Henry Ford. Today, global warming hastened by internal combustion emissions and the rising cost of gasoline are suggesting an about face. So we turn to American Tom Gage for development of the AC propulsion T0. Now, this was a two-passenger, mid-engine, rear-wheel drive sports car powered by an electric motor with lead-acid batteries in series. A few years later, the invention of lithium-ion batteries changed the playing field altogether. In its original version, the lead-acid battery-powered motor produced 150 kilowatts, or 200 horsepower. The motor could push the car to 60 miles an hour in 4.0 seconds. The top end was limited to 90 miles an hour because of the motor's single gear ratio. From this early effort, Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning contacted Gage, and as a result, in 2003, founded Tesla Motors without Gage. Later that year, Tesla's third employee was Ian Wright. In 2004, J.B. Staubel joined the company as Chief Technical Officer. During that same year, the company raised $7.5 million in Series A funding. The largest stockholder, you guessed it, was Elon Musk with $6.5 million. Musk was named as chairman and CEO. A 2009 lawsuit agreed by Eberhard, Tarpenning, Wright, Staubel, and Musk allowed each to call themselves co-founders. The first Tesla offering was the Roadster in 2005. Then came the Model S in 2012, the X SUV in 2015, the Model 3 in 2017, and the Model Y in 2020. Eberhard and Tarpenning are no longer with Tesla. They resigned because of differences with Musk. Does this make Musk a bad guy? Well, I don't know the abilities of Eberhard and Tarpening, so I can't make any judgments. There's an old adage, nothing happens until somebody sells something. The money comes from selling. Unfortunate or not, that's just the way it is. Some people vilify Musk simply because he has a lot of money. Whatever talent he has earned it for him. So I don't begrudge that. Well, after all, when I've made my billions, I don't want people saying bad things about me. Elon Musk seems to make things happen. SpaceX, for example. And because of Tesla, we may be aided on our way to a cleaner, emission-free future. If I were in the market for a new car, I would immediately buy a Tesla or maybe some other electric car. Why? Well, because they go fast. I want to regain my past of fast cars, cigarettes, whiskey, and wild, wild women. I gave up cigarettes a long time ago, and at my age, wild, wild women might cause my heart to attack me. I do occasionally take a sip of fine Tennessee whiskey, and I still love fast cars, because all I have to do is exercise my pedal foot.